like this is your one chance to just dance. Yeah, come on, let the beat put you in the trance and just dance. South Dakota to the south of France. Yeah, see, I wanna rock right now. Stepped up in the spot to get down. I am internationally known for acting classy, trashy, and grown. Let's get stupid, outrageous. You can't fake this, it's contagious. Just move it, don't stay stiff. It's a rhythm that you can't play with.
Hey guys, it's VTGamerGirl11 back with another pickups video. In this video, we're going to start with a pickup that I got off of a fellow YouTuber by the name of Northernlight777. A lot of you probably already know who he is, but if you don't, make sure you check his channel out and you subscribe. I'll leave his link below in the description. And we're going to start with his note, which says, BT Gamer Girl, thanks for doing business with me, and hope these games meet your standards. Keep up the great videos, and thanks for watching my vids. Northernlight777. And what he gave me was Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. It has somebody's name on the back of it, but I can get that off eventually for Game Boy Color. And also, in the Nintendo sleeve, Donkey Kong Classics with Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. And it says down here at the bottom, 2 great games in 1 pack. It's in really great condition. I love the label. I think it's just an awesome label. And it also came with the manual, which is cool. It's just like the first manual that I got for an NES game ever in my life, so that's awesome. So thank you Northernlight777 for those. For those 2 games I gave him $12 for. Now on to the rest of the pickups. From a thrift store, I picked up this Game Shark Ultimate Codes 2006 Winter Edition, and it's for PlayStation 2, Xbox, PSP, GameCube, Game Boy Advance SP, and Game Boy Advance. This might be in a future trade video, so if you guys are interested, just to let you know, you might want to check out the future trade video. Or if you're interested in it now, just let me know, and maybe we can work a trade out. The book's in really good condition, and I paid 50 cents for it at a thrift store. Also at that same thrift store for 98 cents, I picked up Spider-Man for Game Boy Advance. The label's not in the best condition, but it plays well. It shakes a little bit, but it works just fine. This is actually a pretty good game for Game Boy Advance. And I'm not a big Spider-Man fan either, so. From Goodwill, I picked up a Game Boy Advance SP case in really nice condition. I don't think anybody ever used it. And it was 95 cents. And it's got like the zipper on the side. And you can just kind of like stick your Game Boy SP there and stick some games or whatever you want to stick in this pocket right here. So this is in really good condition, and I didn't really need it, but the fact that it was in really good condition and it was only $1, I decided to pick it up. So I got that. At the same Goodwill, I picked up a trimmer pack for N64, and it's pretty much brand new. The box is a little beaten up. It's not as bad as the Dreamcast box that I got, which is the same brand and everything, which is kind of cool. So, okay, it's not kind of cool, it's really cool. And I only paid $1.95 for it. And as you can see, it's just like the Dreamcast one. If you watch my past pickups video, it's complete. It's got the instruction, like, not manual, but like the instructions inside of it. And as you can see, it's like brand new condition. So that was a really good deal. And I've needed one of these for a very long time, so I was really, really happy to find this. And I actually passed it the first time I went by the shelf, and then I went back and saw it, which is the same thing that I did with the Game Boy Advance SP case on another day. So make sure when you go to your Goodwills that if you're like me and you kind of like scan through things pretty fast, go back like a second and third time and just make sure that you didn't pass anything, because sometimes you do, or sometimes somebody can go back and put something back on a shelf that wasn't there before that you'd be interested in, so make sure you do that. Also at Goodwill, I picked up these DVD cases for $1.95. There's 5 of them, just your basic black cases, but it says it works well with games, and as you can see, it's got like the little tab things where you can stick your manuals and stuff in. So I figured this would be like good replacement cases for like PlayStation 2 games that have a lot of loose PS2 games. So basically what I'm trying to say is my loose PS2 games will look good in these, especially when I get the inserts and manuals for them. So it's good to have backup cases if you don't have backup PS2 cases. So I figure $2 is a good deal for that. Good way to protect games. It's also a good way to ship out loose games to people so they stay protected. Also at Goodwill, which is one of the best pickups that I got. I'm not going to call it my best pickup. My best pickup I'm going to show you last. But this is definitely one of the best pickups, especially that I've ever got at a Goodwill before in my life. And it was $4.95, and that is The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past for SNES. And sadly, I've never owned this game as a kid. I never got into Zelda for some reason. I still really haven't, but I needed it for the collection. And the label on the back, as you can see, is kind of messed up, and it's got somebody's name on the top. It says Rut. But other than that, it's in actually pretty good condition on the front, and the label's in good condition. The cartridge was really dirty, and I had to clean it up. It had, like, dead bug parts and everything inside of it. It was disgusting. So I got my friend to clean that part up, because it was like, I don't know what was in it, but it was disgusting. But it works fine, and it was only $4.95, which for Zelda is a really great deal. So I pretty much saw this in the case, and I freaked out. I'm like, yeah, I have to get that. And they also had NBA Jam, but I already had that for Sega Genesis, and at the time I didn't have money to pick it up, so I just picked this one up. Because obviously that's a better deal. You can find NBA Jam for a cheap price on eBay if you really want it. From a yard sale, it was a church yard sale. For 25 cents I picked up Corvette for PS2. It's a loose copy, but I hope to find the insert and manual one day, so if anybody has the insert and manual for this game, let me know. Also, if you have like the inserts and manuals for any of my loose PS2 games you might have seen in my past videos, let me know, because I definitely want to complete them. I don't like having loose games, but when they're like 25 cents and you can get good deals on them, you might as well pick them up. So, I picked that one up. From Goodwill, another Goodwill, I got Micro Machines V4 for PS2 and a Blockbuster case for $1.95. And it doesn't have the manual. It's got the disc. It's in pretty good condition. I hope it works. I haven't tested it out yet, but I've actually been wanting to play the Micro Machine games for a while. I want to get it back for NES, but the NES version is expensive. So I figured I'd pick this one up. At least it was only $1.95, and I haven't really seen these in any thrift stores anywhere, so decided to go ahead and pick it up and check it out. From a yard sale, I got each one of these NES games for 50 cents, which I thought was a really good deal. The first one I got, in really good condition, in a blue case. Sorry if my voice keeps going out, that's because my iPod keeps telling me I have a low battery, so I'm not sure if it cuts me off every time it says it or not, so sorry about that if it's doing that. But for 50 cents, and a little blue Nintendo case, and a Nintendo sleeve, so you can see the 50 cents right there. I got Star Tropics in really good condition. I think these came from a collector. The woman who was running the yard sale said that her husband had these games, and I think he was a collector, because this is in brand new condition. I mean, cartridge is really clean, label is perfect, the backing is perfect. I mean, everything is just really nice in this game. Now, the funny part is it came with The Adventures of Dino and Ricky, I guess is how you say that, manual, which is obviously not for Star Tropics, but I do have that manual, so if I ever get the game, at least I had the manual for it. Or it might be in a trade video, not sure about that yet. So, Star Tropics for 50 cents. Also a Nintendo sleeve and a Nintendo blue case. I got Soda's Revenge. Again, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it or not, but Star Tropics 2, also in brand new condition. And this one's even funnier in my opinion, because it came with a Game Boy manual, which is Jurassic Park. In really nice condition as well, pretty much brand new. And a Game Boy consumer information booklet. So if I ever get the Jurassic Park game, I'll have the manual for that too. I also got Ghostbusters, also in the blue case, also in really nice condition. That's actually Ghostbusters 2. Which I've heard is a really hard game, but I've been wanting to play it, so I was really happy to find this game. Especially for 50 cents, you can't go wrong. Get the case too. This game is really bad, but I mean, even for 50 cents, and considering it came in the case, it's a really good deal. Jaws, which is also in really good condition. It's not as in nice condition as the other three, but it's still really clean, really nice. I actually played this game as a kid, and I hated it. I mean, to me, it's such a bad game, but it's still one of those games that you kind of like need in your collection just because it's so bad. So, I got that. These were the only 5 that she had, so I basically just picked up all of them. Because, again, you can't go wrong with 50 cents, a blue case, in an NES game that's in pretty good condition, if not, like, new condition. This one is Blades of Steel, which I also played as a kid. This label is messed up a little bit right here. It's like it's coming up. But the cartridge is really clean, excuse me. And other than that, it's in really good condition. So I got all those once again for 50 cents. I know I keep saying that, but I was like really, really shocked to walk into that deal. I'm like, I never get that lucky. So I definitely had to pick those up. At another yard sale that was actually at a high school around my area, I picked up these 3 games from the same seller, and each one of these games were $1, so keep that in your mind when I show you the last game. Actually, all of them for $1 is a really good deal, but the last one in particular is a really, really good deal. So the first one is Championship Pro M. I'd never say that right, so sorry. But I do have RC Pro Am on NES. So I was happy to pick this up for Genesis, especially it was only $1. It's in really good condition. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's like new. And it also came with a manual that's also in really good condition. So those two together for $1. Also for $1 I got Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Wow, that's kind of hard to say. This was the last Sonic game that I needed for my collection. I don't have them all in the Genesis cases, but I do have a couple loose, and then I have some in boxes, so now it's complete for Sonic. And the box is actually kind of messed up. For some reason it's loose and it doesn't like want to snap together unless you push it together like really hard. But other than that, it's a rental game, so it's not in that good condition. It doesn't have a manual, and the game has like the rental stickers on it, which I hope that I can get off without damaging the label, but I've tried that with another game and it's not working out so well. So I have a feeling this one's going to be the same way. But I do have the game now, so I've completed my collection. And once again, for $1, you can't go wrong with it. I'm not a big puzzle game person at all, but I do remember playing this game as a kid, so it's nice to have it back. And last but not least is my ultimate pickup, which I am like completely, you have no idea, when I went to this yard sale and I looked through the games, and this one was, I think it was at the bottom of the stack, and I saw it, and I'm not kidding, I literally almost fainted. And the box is in really bad condition, but the game for $1 is the best deal that I probably ever found in my life for anything game related. And that is Ristar for Genesis, which I've been dying to get, but it's so expensive on eBay and online that it's kind of hard to get. So for $1, this is an amazing deal. I know it's like duct tape down here, but I really think that this duct tape is just to kind of hold this lid shut. So I'm pretty sure I can get this duct tape off without damaging the case. So, and there's some up here too. So the box is not in like great condition, obviously, but it's a box copy of Ristar, which is amazing to find. And if you guys ever run across this game, definitely pick it up. It's one of the best games on Genesis, and it's rare. And on the inside, the box is really beaten down on the inside, but it comes with the manual. which when I got the game, it was curled up and at the bottom of the case, and I think they pretty much just shoved it in there. So I tried to straighten it out, which is actually looks a lot better than what it did when I first got it, but it's still kind of a little curled up. And then it comes with the game, which is in pretty much brand new condition, minus the label up here, which is kind of ripped a little bit. But the front label is in really good condition. The cartridge itself is in really good condition. Back's in really good condition. I was in complete shock when I ran into this once again. First, for all three of those Genesis games that I showed you, they wanted $3 for them. They actually wanted to sell it as a pack. It came with a Genesis, but I didn't need the Genesis because I already have one. So they sold the game separately, and the wife wanted to sell them for $3 each. And then the husband came up and said, "No, they're really old games. They're not really worth anything. Let's just sell them for $1." And I was not about to say anything, so I got them all for $1 and pretty much walked away and almost fainted. This box on the inside, it's got like the cardboard insert, but somehow it's stuck in there. I don't know if it's taped or what. It does have duct tape over here, but it's not like holding on to that part, so I don't know why I can't get it out, but I'm afraid to pull too hard because I'm afraid it's gonna like tear it. So it does have that part in there, but you can't really get to it, so I just kind of stick it in there like that. So that was a really, really good find, and I was kind of disappointed in myself because they had a box copy of Sonic and Knuckles too, but I already had Sonic and Knuckles, and at the time I didn't have a lot of money on me, so even though it was $1, I don't even think I had $1 left at that point. So I was going to pick that up just to have the box, but I kind of felt bad for leaving Sonic 2 by itself, so I kind of left Sonic and Knuckles there with the Genesis, so they have a shot at selling the Genesis. I never asked them how much they wanted for the Genesis. I probably should, but I didn't need one and I have no room for it, so I just left it. Pretty much I saw Rise Star and that was it for me. So that's all my pickups. Sorry I kind of went on a tangent, but I was really excited to find that game. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope all you guys have a really great day.